What up, everybody? Yes, I am back. We are talking about the aftermath of the number 288 draft, the Lethal Weapon 3. We're going to see if we can get a late night draft going, but we're here for the Q&A. And shout out to Crispy. Crispy in the house. What up, Crispy? How you feel? How you liking your draft that you just did? And we're gonna just start smoking, and we're gonna see who shows up first. Let's get it. All right. And we're live on TikTok now as well. Anybody on TikTok has any questions? Throw them in. Throw them in. We just finished a draft. It's a super flex draft. We're gonna try to get another one going. It's not a mock. It's a $10 best ball. Crispy, if we do a late night best ball, you in? Got to see. I think we got me and 49ers Dan were the only ones so far in. Patrick, would you be concerned with Saquon? Would you be concerned with a Saquon Devonta Smith stack? Nah, I'm never concerned with like stacking a wide receiver and a running back, especially if you're on a really good team. If you're on a really bad team, like that's different. But Eagles are going to be one of the top offenses again. Papi Chulo, 10-man league, pick 9. Who do I take? I mean, it's tough to say who's going to be there. Like Saquon, Cook, CMC maybe because of the CMC news. Hey, Sir Dinesh, what up? I traded JSN for AJ Brown and Lad McConkey. Did I make a mistake? I don't think you made a mistake, but like JSN, the top tier guy. You traded for two guys down here. So it's like you traded your shiny dollar for two 50-cent pieces. The goal is to just keep going higher and higher with like your players. And JC44 said not a realistic draft. I mean, this is a real draft. People actually paid money to like be in this draft. So what do you mean not a realistic draft? I mean, it's a 2 quarterback league. So yeah, it's going to be different for all you people who just play in the regular single quarterback leagues. Papi Chulo said, "Oh no, I'm staying away from CNC." Yeah, I mean that's what everybody said last year, right? Look what happened. So yeah, I mean you just can't play fantasy football scared. You just have to make sure that you just get that all your picks are good. I mean that's what it is. Jamie, what up? So I fell asleep after work and missed the draft. Oh man, all good, brother. All good. Hey, Evan, what up, bro? With the late night drop in. Yeah, he said, I'm glad I missed this one with Acro ruining the board. Definitely made the QBs go a little bit higher. That's for sure. Dude, 4 of them. 4 of them, bro. And his team isn't that bad for going 4 QBs in a row. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's not that bad. And you see there's some teams with not the best QB stacks either. Bobby Julie had a chance to get CMC last year, and I was punching the air when he was going off. I mean, you can't play fantasy football scared. Like, when's your draft, anyways? Is it like tomorrow? Because then I understand, like, because the CMC news is like, just it's brand new right now. But can't play fantasy football scared. I also play in more than one league though, so like, I don't know, for the peeps who just play in like 1, 2, 3 leagues, like I understand, limiting the risk. That's for sure. And TJ, what up, bro? He said auto picked the first and second and then stacked my brains out, bro. Totally, dude. Cause you got let me see. I'm looking where the stacks are. Okay, I see the Addison Murray. I see the Higgins Stroud. Who else? You get any others? You get any Bo Nix wide receivers? No. Oh, you got Tom Brady in the 35th round, dude. Smart. Smart. And Papi Chulo before the season starts after the preseason. Yeah, bro, you got so much time. Like, don't even lock yourself in mentally to who you're going to be picking. Because, like, how many drafts, like, how many leagues are you actually going to be in? And Dan, Bowers and Marv, or Kraft and Neighbors. I'm keeping whoever you have. I don't like making trades like that. I actually hate making trades like that because you win on a player and you lose on a player, but it doesn't really improve your team that much unless you trade away the guys that get hurt, you know? I mean, yeah, I want Bowers for sure. But yeah, I want Neighbors over Marv. So it's like, you got the better positions on each side. Mike said CMC, JSN, Monroe, St. Brown, pick six. I'm leaning to Monroe. Leaning to Monroe there. CMC's still not bad. JT could be in the mix as well. Poppy Chulo, I'm in 4 leagues right now. Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'm gonna be in like 50 or 60 leagues, somewhere in between there. James Nick's Waddle. Where's the hell's Waddle? Oh, totally missed him. It was right after Stroud. And yeah, Dobbins. I mean, I wasn't really considering that a stack, but yeah, for sure. You went all in on Denver, bro. Nix, Waddle, Harvey, and Dobbins. And Bobby Chula said, holy shit. Yeah, do this. Like, this is how you can tell if the content creators in the fantasy space are like legit or not. Ask them how many leagues they play in. If they're like, yeah, I'm going to play in like 5 or 6 leagues. For a content creator, that's hella whack. For a normal person, until you meet me playing in 4 leagues, like, that's fine. Once you meet me, if you start understanding that, like, I host a shitload of leagues and you want to get in, there'll be leagues for you to jump in. And Jake said, what's this? It's a $10 best ball super flex with IDP best ball draft. And Marty said, you firing up another one? We got to get 12. I mean, right now we got 2 that I know for sure. Me and 49er Dan. But if anybody else is down to start in like 30-ish minutes, 30, 45 minutes, depending on how quick we could get it filled, let me know. $10. And hey, Alex G in the house said, yo, my man, what up, bro? And he said thoughts on Jacobs would be good for week 1. I think he's going to be good for week 1. We still have 4 weeks until the season starts. So time is on everyone's side, as far as like working through injuries, working through being hurt, all that kind of shit. But I would definitely not be paying up for him. I mean, he's someone that you should be able to get at like somewhat of a value. Water, RV, Schultz, Noel, yeah, man, dude. You're a stacking machine tonight, bro. Also stacked Anderson and Hunter on the IDP. Nice, dude. If there's a game where they both go off, that would be really nice. Because that like guys like that, I mean, dude, they individually can easily mass 2 to 4 sacks a game, And like if they do it at the same time, all bets are off, bro. It'd be crazy if like that's something that really propelled you. Poppy Chulo said Jacob's definitely getting the suspension. No, he's not, dude. No, he's not. Not in 2026. It's way too late. Like, I don't know if you know how the court systems work, but as someone who's been through the court system more than a few times, as a regular person, not even a person with money, trust me, he ain't getting suspended in 2026. Like, nothing will even come to fruition with courts in 2026. It's already too late. Already too late, dude. And Phil said trade Marshawn Lloyd for JCM and Dynasty. Dude, someone's going to trade you JCM for Marshawn Lloyd? Yeah, if they're going to do that. But, like, yeah, there's no fuck. Like, who the hell is going to do that, though? Who is going to do that? MP, yes, it is Superflex. It's a $10 best ball. Superflex, IDP. Yeah, for those who don't know what Superflex is, it's a 2 quarterback league. That's why you see where you start 2 quarterbacks, or at least you have the option to start 2 quarterbacks. So that's why you see quarterbacks going like crazy. Hey, Squishy. Squishy in the house. What up, bro? And we need more likes on TikTok. Come on, guys. Help me get to 1,000. We'll smoke some more bowls. And Alex G said, any news on Kittle? You think he'll be good? Yeah, bro, dude. So for anybody who doesn't know, do you guys know what Patreon is? It's pretty much like a social media platform where like creators can like kind of have their own communities and like make posts and then you like get emails about it. You guys should be following me on Patreon every single day. I round out the news for the day and post it so you guys know exactly what is going on every single day. And you just go to 420crew.com and you can sign up for free. You want to be a paid member during the season, but you can kind of get the lay of the land right now for free. And Jamie said, were you versus trade CMC for Ted Hurst and Marshawn Lloyd? Definitely lopsided, but wasn't collusion. So I'm thinking about putting it to a league vote. What do you think? Man, I mean, I hate when someone makes a trade like that because, like, for Dynasty, yeah, I understand. I'm going to try to get anything that I can for CMC. But this is just so dumb because like it's so lopsided that whoever's getting CMC, as long as he doesn't die during the season, like dude, I mean, I'm sure that that team is going to be in contention, for a championship. So like that's just what sucks is like whoever didn't make that trade is going to be hating on that trade, and I would put it to a vote. I normally wouldn't because I understand like why. But dude, that's so bad that I would probably just put it to a vote so I wouldn't look like the asshole, I guess. Because I understand, like, not CMC because he's old. Hey, dude, we got to 1,500 likes on TikTok hella quick. Let's get ready to smoke more. And leave those comments in. I'm going to start reading. Don't spam the chat because I'm just going down, just reading one by one. Ryan said, should I take Brock Bowers at the 2-9? I mean, who are you taking with your first pick? But yes, I would. I would say definitely would be a good spot for him. 10-man league, definitely a good spot for him. And Squishy said, what was your first pick? I didn't draft in this one. Sometimes I don't draft. This one it filled up like really quick without me, so. Yeah, I did not draft today. I've already drafted like 160 of these things. So, yeah, sometimes I just won't draft. And Harrison said CD over Amon Ra is crazy. What do you mean? Amon Ra went before CD. Anthony said, what's the best strategy? Well, the best strategy is not getting locked into anything specifically. The best strategy is to be water and work the board because I could tell you go running back, wide receiver, but like you could get blessed with where you are and could get two insanely good running backs, and then I would say go running back, because of how the board fell. So really like the best strategy is to employ someone like myself for one-on-one help during the draft. If you go to 420crew.com, that's my Patreon. It's like my private social media. You can get me for one-on-one help, like just straight during a draft. And 3 said, would you trade Nico, Derrick Henry, and JMO for CD and A-Chain? No, I don't think so. P, how would you draft from the number 2 in a 12-man? Gibbs or Bijan, and then either running back, wide receiver with the second pick, and then let's say I went running back with the second pick. I'm going wide receiver with that third, maybe even a tight end. So, man, the tight end maybe even at that number 2, depending on if he's there. TJ said that's a terrible trade, and I like Hurst a lot. I mean, dude, I mean, as much as we like him, like, he doesn't have trade value like that where he should be going for one of the top picks. I mean, in a redraft league, I know it's different, but he's still going to be one of the more valued running backs even for his age. All right, we're smoking again. Jacob, could you rate this 10-man? Stafford, Hampton, Henry, Amon Ra, Collins, Laporta, Scatabo, Monty. I mean, that's like fringing on a B and a B plus. I mean, I'm gonna say a B because it's a 10-man and because like pretty much every team is stacked. And she said, would you do Hampton and T for JJ Kyren? I have CMC. No, I'm gonna hold. I don't want to do any trades like that. For everybody who's hanging around, if you ask me wide receiver running back for wide receiver running back, I'm gonna say no. always, unless I like the two players you're bringing back more than the two players you're sending. You know, like if like the wide receiver is better coming back and the running back's better coming back, I'll do it. But most times it's like you're winning on one of the positions and you're losing on one of the other positions. So I kind of just don't like trades like that. Trades like that, I would always say this last year is my analogy. It's like kissing your sister. And while in some parts of the country you guys might be into that, no, we don't make those even trades like that. We try to make mutually beneficial trades that improve both teams. But it's hard to do right now because like there's no injuries, there's no nothing. We're just trading like literally everything on paper. And David said, what was that trade? Dude, I mean, it was a horrible trade that Jamie shared on YouTube. It was CMC for Marshawn Lloyd and Hurst, Ted Hurst. So yeah, very, very bad for a dynasty. Schmear Woods. Dude, we're at 3K. We got to smoke this. Hold on. But Schmear Woods, you're next. 14 team, single flex. I got the 4th pick. Guy with the number 1 pick offered to trade with me. Well, what would you be giving up? Because to only jump up 3 spots, I mean, it's a redraft league. Like, are you literally, like, would you have all of, like, you're literally swapping spots where you get the number 1 pick and then he gets the number 4 and then you get, like, all the picks? Or, like, would you be trading, would you be swapping picks and then you have to give him something else? And Giuseppe, 111 spot. What are we talking about? Jack said at the 12, should I go Hampton, Cook, Saquon, even if JJ or Lamb falls? I mean, JJ or Lamb probably will fall to that pick. I mean, it could be barely. It could be one of them. I'm probably going the double running back, and I'm going Hampton and Saquon if I can. But I'm not opposed to going running back wide receiver, especially if you can get one of the top 6 wide receivers. That's really the only way that I would go wide receiver in round 2 is if I'm getting one of the top 6 wide receivers. If not, I'm just going to wait and I'm going to get those wide receivers in round 3 and 4. And Brody said, what's number 7 doing? Yeah, that guy's crazy. He tries to, so there's a 2 quarterback league for one, and it's best ball. You don't pick your starters. So he's trying to get so top heavy at quarterback that he always has 2 top quarterbacks playing every single week. And since he doesn't have to like pick who he's going to start, you know, like that's why he's doing that. And also to thin the quarterback landscape for everybody else. Jack said, all right, got that. Vigo, Drake May, round 1's crazy. Well, it's only crazy because you're not understanding that this is a 2 quarterback, where you start 2 quarterbacks. And Schmear said, yeah, swapping spots. I mean, I guess it depends on who you really want. Like, if you want Bijan or Gibbs, like, yeah, dude, just swap, because you're not going to be able to get Bijan or Gibbs at number 4. You're probably either going to be getting Chase, Puka, or CMC. So I wouldn't be opposed to it. Like the number 1 pick, I mean, obviously you got to hit, but dude, you get to pick Bijan or Gibbs and build everything around there. And Awed said, 12th pick, hello. 12th pick what, dude? Like, ask a question. Leave a full sentence like an adult. Vigo said Amon-Ra second round's absolutely diabolical. Bro, I mean, I've gotten Amon-Ra in the second round. I wasn't in this draft. If I was in this draft and I was anywhere in between, he definitely wouldn't have went farther, you know, than I was. But dude, the 2-9, that's definitely the latest that he's gone in this tournament. And this is the 288th draft that we've done. That's for sure the latest that he's been drafted. James said I got Allen, ETN, Tootin, Puka, Neighbors, Swift, Henderson, Downs, Parker, Washington, 10 man. Yeah, it's like a solid B. Maybe that might even be a B minus actually. Vigo said, "What kind of Mickey Mouse league is this? A league that you're probably too broke to join, bro." But yeah, it's got a $10,000 first place prize. But yeah, man, like if you're just used to those single QB like basic as fuck home leagues, like yeah, like this is, and you're just like looking at it and calling it a Mickey Mouse league, it's way too advanced for you. Okay, but we've had dozens of people join from TikTok and jump into these drafts, and they love it. So that's what I'd say is don't be a weenie, throw down the $10 and jump into one of these drafts. We do them every day. And Kyle's in the house. What up, bro? Jamie, 150th pick. Hello. And let's see what else. Aiden, Kamara or Brian Robinson? I got ETN. I mean, probably Kamara. I mean, yeah, we don't think that ETN or Bijan is just going to get like outright injured. And we're just thinking about which one of these could have a little bit more value as potential flex without one of them getting hurt. And I think I would lean Kamara. I do think that Brian Robinson, though, I do think he's going to do way better than people think. But he's still just a bench guy, though. But one of Brian Robinson's specialties is catching out of the backfield and being lined up as a wide receiver. I mean, they might use him that way. And Damon traded Cook for Saquon. I'd rather have Saquon than Cook. I probably wouldn't have made the trade though, but I do want Saquon more than Cook. Zeno, I got Brees, Kyren, Hampton. What do I do? What do you mean? Can you not play all those guys? Do you not play two quarterbacks and a flex? Because if so, I mean two running backs and a flex. Because if so, I mean, dude, you got your two running backs and you got your flex. Don't trade one of them just because you seem weak at other positions. Like, dude, like don't do that. Don't do that. Brody West. Like, can you rank these three? Higgins, T, and Adams. Okay, I'm confused. So we got Adams. Is it T Higgins? But then then is it Jaden Higgins? Just throw it in again. Throw it in again. And Z Borman said, "How do I do a $10 best ball league? You just message me on Sleeper. It's at FF Hustler 420, FF Hustler 420. And if you want to get into the draft tomorrow, I could send you the link. It's a 9 p.m. Eastern start time. Every single weekday is 9 p.m. Eastern start time. And yeah, all you got to do is message me on Sleeper. And I got Sleeper pulled up right now to my messages just in case. And just let me know if you do message me. And Lowe said thoughts. I get Rome and Javante. I give up Brees and Michael Wilson. I mean, Brees and Javante are super close. I do want Brees more than Javante. Rome and Michael Wilson are real close. I want Rome a little bit more than Michael Wilson. I just wouldn't even make this trade because it's like so even. And JJ said that 4 QBs on one team is genuinely devious. It's a 2 quarterback league though. Aiden said if ETN gets hurt, you think Kamara will be the one for sure. I mean, who else do they have? But even what I said, remember what I said? We're not worried about ETN getting hurt. We're worried about who would have more potential flex value if ETN and Bijan are both healthy. And my answer was Kamara. And KX said, should I try to trade A chain for say, nah, man, no, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. And hey, Heavy in the house, what up? You agree with the top 6 in Superflex? Allen, Bijan, Gibbs, Puka, Chase, Lamar. Well, answer me this, Heavy. How many points per passing touchdown? Let me know about that, and then I'll let you know if I agree with that. And Brody, okay, there we go. Okay, Higgins, Adams, and Waddle. Okay, perfect. I'd rank them the way that you have it right there. Higgins, Adams, and Waddle. Because whatever Adams is gonna lack upside for like yardage, he's gonna like make up for it in touchdowns. Brody said, "Am I crazy for wanting to take Lamar at pick two? At Jamar at pick two? Do you play 3 wide receivers by any chance? I mean, it's not like literally like almost there to 5,000. Appreciate you guys. I don't want to do that because it's too many variables, man. Like right now, it's the worst time to trade on Jamar Gibbs. Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure why is because he guarantees that Bijan and Gibbs are gonna get hurt. But no, dude. I mean, everything with the counselor, it's just full clickbait. It's just full clickbait. He also said that Keon Coleman was gonna be better than Neighbors. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, it's just full clickbait. Shout out to JJ. Shout out to David for the follow on TikTok. Let me see where I left out. JJ said, "Is Hampton, Brees, Pickens good for CMC, Love, and Garrett Wilson?" I mean, yeah, it's good, but I'm going to say the same thing that I said. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't make these 3-for-3 trades like right now. Like, it feels good to make trades. It gives you that shot of dopamine. Smoke some weed instead. Drink a shot of something instead. Join another league instead. Like, for anybody who just wants to make insane trades, do this. Message me on Sleeper, the Sleeper app, FF Hustler 420. Jump into one of my $10 drafts. That's smarter to do for your dopamine hit. We going Amon-Ra if I could get him there. And why? Because all the dude does is catch. All the dude does is make catches and seems the most safe out of all those guys. But it also depends on when your draft is. Is your draft tomorrow? Because like my answer could change in a week. Like literally everything changes almost daily. Okay, Heavy said 6-point passing. Okay, that makes a difference. I'm still going to say Bijan, Gibbs over Allen. I'm going to say Bijan, Gibbs, Allen, Chase, Puka, Lamar. That's how I would rank those. And Amon-Ra could be over Lamar. Joe Burrow definitely could be in that mix. And one broke ass, do you do 10-team leagues also? Yes, but it's a specific type of league. So the 10-team leagues that I do, one of them's a vampire league where the vampire does not draft, the other 9 teams draft, and then the vampires team is made up of free agents. And it's really good free. It's way better free agents because only 9 draft. You know, the vampire's not drafting. So like one full team worth of free agents is kind of there. And then anytime the vampire wins, they get to steal a player from the opponent that they beat. That's one style of 10-man leagues that I do. And then the other one with 10 teams is a 3-quarterback league where you start 2 quarterbacks and there's a super flex spot. So that one, I mean, it pretty much had to be 10 teams. I always wanted to do it as a 12 team, but it's almost like, you know, 2 teams would be pretty well. Would it be 2 teams? Yeah, no, it might be like 2 to 4 teams that would actually like be screwed. So like that's why I made it 10 man. So like everyone has enough to get 3 quarterbacks, you know. There's enough for everyone to get 3 quarterbacks. And Kowsey, I traded my first, second, and third last year, but I got Josh Allen, Brees Hall, AJ Brown, Rashee Rice, Ken Walker, Bucky, and Kittle as my keepers. I may have asked you this, but do you keep Tony Pollard over Kittle with that roster? You did ask me, and I said no, that I would keep Kittle. Yeah, I would keep Kittle. Because, you know, if you didn't have multiple RBs already, but you know, you got Brees, you got Ken, you got Bucky. Like, yeah, I would want to keep Kittle because I'm assuming there's a tight end spot in this league, right? Like, I'm not even saying don't draft another tight end, but just having Kittle there, it forces you to not have to like jump up on a tight end if you don't want to. You know, you could just kind of wait and get one at value, and then you pair him with George Kittle, you know. Let's see. Holden said, when did Amon-Ra go? This one's not a good representation of Amon-Ra because he went the 2-9. And like, this is a big tournament that we're doing, and we've done 288 of these drafts, and that's the lowest that he's ever gone. He like most times he doesn't even make it to round 2. And if he makes it to round 2, he's usually gone within the first couple picks in round 2. And David, I get St. Brown, Nico Collins, and Henry for. I would say just don't do it, dude. I think that's don't do it. Don't do it. And Brody, 1 RB, 1 wide receiver, 2 flex spots. Was there another part of that? Oh, the Jamar. So that's it. You literally have to start 4 players. Like that's all it is. You start 4. Let me know. Let me know. I just want to be clear on that. And Brady, 7th or 8th pick and a snake. Which one are you going? 7th. Like you're saying you get to pick the spot? Yeah, I want the higher pick. And Brody, what do you think about Sadiq? Is he worth the upside, or should I just take like a Kincaid? Well, like, is this like your second tight end that you're picking, and or are you like literally kicking the tight end can down the road, and you're trying to just pick someone super late? And Alex G, you think Debo make an impact? CMC's injury is more serious than they're saying. We'll find out in a couple days. It's still super early. I want to see how quick he gets back to drills and stuff. If this is like 2 years ago where he keeps missing practice, because it's different. Like not playing in the preseason, I'm not even worried about that. It's how much they practice. That makes a difference, because like everything that they are practicing right now is like things that they're implementing all the way throughout the season. Every scenario that they're doing. And I'm sure every important scenario is going to involve CMC. So I would say, even if he takes this whole week off, I'm not worried about it. Sucks for anybody who's drafting this week. But like next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, let's pay attention to like what he's doing. And I even said it. If you guys don't follow me on Patreon, go follow me on Patreon, 420crew.com. You can sign up for free. Every single night, I'm sending out a post with literally every piece of news throughout the day. So even if you are paying attention, I'm paying attention way closer than you. And this is something that literally like so many people have been like, man, this is awesome. I don't even have to pay attention to the news anymore. I can just look at your one post. And Chewy, yeah, CMC is he didn't practice yesterday, he didn't practice today. And they said it's tightness. That's all they said. Throw it in, Thomas. But yeah, so we're it's CMC, part of the course, man. And Jamie said, holy shit, what a huge gap of where Olave and Flowers went. That's nuts. I mean, I know Olave went at the 4-1. Where'd Flowers go? Damn, Flowers in the 7th. Yeah, that's crazy. Yesterday, he went in like the 6th or the 5th. So I think this was just because it was crazy on the quarterbacks. I think so. And not Davey said, is this Action Bronson? What do you mean? Pokebaba. Got Malik as my keeper in the 4th. Got the 9th pick. What should I do the first 3 rounds? Running back, wide receiver, probably. Yeah. I mean, you already got Neighbors, so you don't have to. I mean, it's Malik Neighbors, right? So I wouldn't force the wide receiver. I'd rather, with people having a bunch of keepers, I'm sure the running backs are going to be really slim. And Heavy said these drafts are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And that's why you can't do just one. Because if you do just one, like, just exactly what you said, you never know what you're going to get. Like, dude, we did that late night draft on like Friday, and I got like JSN at like the 2-7 or like some shit like that, Like crazy shit happens. Thomas said keep Puka at the 107, JT at the 104, Hampton at the 404. Man, I mean, that's tough because I want Puka more than everybody here. So him at the 1-7, it's probably the pick. But like Hampton, obviously the best value at the 404. But it's like, you want the best value? The best player? So it kind of sucks. But yeah, it'd be between Puka and Hampton. I don't want JT at the 104. He's probably not even getting drafted that high. What is that? Let's call you. We'll call you FH. Am I crazy for taking Chase at the second pick in an 8-man league? No, man, it's not crazy. I'd want the running back though, because like even in an 8-man league, like the the wide receivers are going to be better than the running backs at your second pick. It's like you only got one shot. You only get one shot to get a guy like Bijan and Gibbs to build around. I know you only get one shot at a Jamar Chase, but it's like the number of times that Gibbs and Bijan are going to touch the ball compared to Jamar Chase is just crazy. Oh shit, Kyle's in. Someone else did ask about Sadiq. I'm not too high on Sadiq. I mean, Dynasty is different. He's a first rounder in a Dynasty rookie draft, but no, I'm just not. I'm not touching him. I'm not touching him for redraft. Frankie, is it okay to draft one tight end, then get another one on waivers for the bye week? Yeah, but if you're gonna do that, you want to make sure you get a good tight end though. Like, don't just like, don't. If you're gonna go with a late tight end strategy, you should grab 2 tight ends. If you get a top 4 guy, like, dude, you have no reason to grab another tight end because unless they get hurt, you're only going to use another tight end on that bye week, and that's it. I guess it does depend on, like, how many, people in the league, but. And Chewy said, don't at me. I'm not keeping my running back in a 5-man keeper league. Keeping May, Pickens, Evans, Igbuka, Wilson. Banking on Jacobs being there. Pick 6 thoughts. Can't change the keepers. Drafts on the 24th. I mean, thoughts about picking Jacobs at 6? Like, he's literally the best guy that you can pick. I mean, yeah, go for it. Like, who else is there? Because I don't know who's kept and who's not, but like, keeping 5 players and you're not keeping a running back, like, that doesn't seem like a good strategy. And I mean, unless you only have to play one, you got to play one or you got to play multiple. Okay, it's a 1 RB league. Okay, yeah, if you only have to start one, like, yeah, that's fine. And I understand why. But, yeah, who else is going to be there? Like, if you had to guess. Because, yeah, if Jacobs is the best running back, like, yeah, get Jacobs. Like, shouldn't even be a question. But, yeah, dude, Evans, you're keeping Evans, bro? I mean, how many wide receivers can you start in this league? Like, I'm assuming there's, like, a bunch of flex spots, right? Swift, Love, Price, Monty. Yeah, it'd be Jacobs, Monty. Like, those would probably be the 2 guys. But yeah, Jacobs is the best guy too. I'd be keeping 3 wide receivers in a flex. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, but see, also put that in because, like, yeah, I'm not gonna talk shit if you have to start 3 wide receivers and you only have to start 1 running back. Like, yeah, for sure. Like, of course you're gonna go crazy on the wide receivers. FH said guys in this league are fiends. They're gonna OD on the running backs. You got to get the running back then, bro. Like, you got to go Gibbs or Bijan with that number 2. Like, I mean, do you start 3 wide receivers or like anything like that, or is it just kind of the standard start 2 running backs, start 2 wide receivers? Because yeah, especially if you know that they're gonna go crazy on running backs, that's even more of a reason to grab the top running back there, because since they're going to be grabbing all the other running backs, that means a really dope wide receiver is going to fall to you. I mean, you said 8-man, right? Like, dude, you might get a Jefferson or a CD that like falls to that if everyone is going nuts on running backs, because you're talking about that would be the 15th overall pick. Stefano said, is it RB heavy this year? Well, yeah, and I think it's because there's so few workhorses in the NFL, like so many guys split time, that like you gotta have a top 12 guy. Like you have to have a top 12 guy or you're just like not gonna like your build, you know? And I feel like because so many people are going RB heavy, that just makes it to where I want to prioritize the RBs in those first two. And if everyone's doing that, it's gonna make it to where you have really good options in the third and fourth rounds. So it does depend on your draft spot, but I would also just be water. You know, if you start seeing crazy like wide receiver run, you know, early in the first or second, you know, you might not have to go running back, running back. Maybe you go one running back, one wide receiver. And Chris said, "Who the hell drafted first? Why? I mean, you can see the name, but why?" And Chad, can I get your opinion on a trade that happened in my league today? Yeah, for sure. Give me some specifics about the league, though, too. Crispy, pick 384. Hello. And Chris said, "What do you mean? Why you fried?" I'm smoking, but you said, "Who the hell drafted first?" You can see his name, but that's what I'm asking. What's up with the what's up with the first what's up with the first pick that's making you ask that? All right. And TikTok, come on, let's hit the like button. Let's ask some more questions, man. Keep me busy answering questions. Read the first five picks and you understand. Bijan, Neighbors, Dart, Mayfield, Egbuka. So this is a 2 quarterback league. I'm assuming that you think it's just a single quarterback league, so you think it's crazy. That is a normal build in the first 5 rounds. But there you go. Now you know about 2 quarterback leagues, bro. And Poppy Chulo said, "Gosh, people don't understand this." It is kind of crazy. Like, I mean, I don't think Superflex is like niche or brand new. You know, like that's what's. I guess it's the people who are playing that are brand new. Like that's what it is. And hey, Frizil in the house. What up? What up, bro? Okay, see, Chris had never heard of a 2 quarterback league. Bro, whoever introduced you to fantasy football, slap him in the face, Three Stooges style, for only introducing you to the single quarterback leagues, bro. You've been playing for 10 years plus and you've never heard of a 2 quarterback league? Do you only play in one league? I know that a lot of TikTok creators, they're basic as hell. And they only play in the single quarterback leagues. But yeah, I mean, that's why Poppy Chulo's laughing because, like, that's crazy. Um, Heavy said, "Wait till you tell him about IDP." I mean, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't even know. And Chris said 5 leagues this year. I mean, that's good. That's good. I mean, you're a normal guy. 5 leagues, that's awesome because a lot of normal people don't play in 5 leagues. I'm going to be playing somewhere in the 50 to 60 range. And that's just the leagues that I manage. If we're talking about these $10 best ball drafts, I've already drafted about 160 of them. And it's $10 a piece. And Chewy said, Jamie, Superflex, hello. And dude, and Chewy said I might ask my commish to change the 2QB league next year since this is the last year of the keepers. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Heavy said 50, 60 leagues, no way. Hell yeah, bro. Like 34, 35 are dynasties. And then the other, like, yeah, probably 20 or so. Could be late, could be a little bit, it could be more, could be a little bit less than 20 for the redrafts. But I'm usually in around like 15 to 25 redraft leagues. Yeah, when I'm holding back, it's probably only like 15 redraft leagues. And Chris said, "How the hell do you manage so many?" Well, this is my full-time job. I built a fantasy football business that started in COVID, during COVID. And I like, yeah, if you think managing that many is crazy, I host this tournament that has over 300 leagues involved. And then I manage over 300 leagues. Most of them are dynasty. But yeah, it's my whole job, man. It's my whole job and my whole business because it's what I built. And Joseph, they don't know about the 2 QB leagues. You gotta blow their mind on IDP. So funny, so funny. Yeah, Heavy said that too. Because yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, that I would say it's not new because what's crazy. Here's the crazy thing. When fantasy football was invented back in the 60s by the Raiders front office, it was a two quarterback league and you picked IDP players, individual defensive players. But along the way, people started making it easier for more casuals to jump in. I just got lucky that when I was introduced to fantasy football, it was a two quarterback league with IDP. I literally just thought that that was how everybody played until Facebook started becoming more of a thing. And Nate, what up, bro? He said JSN that late's phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. We did a draft on Friday. It was like a late night draft, and a lot of crazy shit happened. I got him in the middle of the second, and that's like the latest he's been drafted in this entire tournament. And we've drafted 288 times. Hey, Corey, what up, bro? And yeah, at the 1-9, man, it's awesome. And Frazil said I explained Superflex to my home league buddies, and now they love it, bro. It's the only way to go, especially if it's a 10-man league, which most people play in. Like, dude, you're talking about starting 20 quarterbacks. That's 2/3 of the quarterbacks in the NFL. You know, like, it should be super flex or bust, man. It makes the quarterbacks important. I really don't like leagues where the quarterbacks are not important because they're literally the most important position in like all of sports. So like they should be like important for fantasy football, man. And G, yeah, G knows what's up. Said Superflex, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Stefano, who's underrated quarterback that will most likely snag late in drafts. Bro, I love getting Goff and Stafford late. And like if it's a single quarterback league, you're probably getting them in double digit rounds. I know they don't rush, but they're going to throw a lot of touchdowns and throw for a lot of yards. Harry said today I learned fantasy football was invented in the 60s by the Raiders front office. Cool. Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. And you know why? The Raiders sucked so much then they're like, maybe we should like create this fake game where we could like pick anybody to have on our team, not just Raiders players. Like that's literally how it started. The Raiders front office wanting to be able to like somehow manage other players that were not on the Raiders. I don't know what year it was. I think it was like 1962 or 63, some shit like that. For sure was somewhere in the 60s. For sure was the Raiders. I feel like you could go search it on YouTube. Peyton Manning on his Peyton's Places or whatever. If you remember that show that was on ESPN Plus, he did a whole thing like on it, going through all the history and everything, and like went to the original hotel wherever the fuck they drafted. So yeah, man, pretty cool. And Chris said, "Are all your leagues for money?" Hell yeah, dude, man. I don't have time to do free leagues. I don't have time to manage or run free leagues. Like there has to be a purpose to everything that we're doing. And he said, "Bro, I got 5 Infinity Stones. If I get at least 3, it's a wrap. I can log off and draft." What the hell's an Infinity Stone, bro? Let me know, Andy. I have no idea. It's like you're speaking Chinese to me when we're talking about these Infinity Stones. And Corey said, "What's going on tonight? We're just answering questions." Andy said they're league winners. Oh my gosh. Who are the Infinity Stones, bro? And Joe said, said that's because Al Davis had a bong collection. And that would blow your mind. Said, of course, the Raiders said that if we drafted other players. Yeah, for sure. And it was not Al Davis. It was other guys in the front office. It was not Al Davis. Corey said, "Is the drop off from Olave to Adams as wide receiver one not as bad in terms of wide receiver one?" Uh, what do you mean? Like having Olave and Adams? Like, are you saying is there a big drop off from one to the other? Like, say that again. Kind of just blew my mind. And Andy said the Infinity Stones do not watch the Avengers, bro. I'm when I went and saw Avengers Endgame, I saw it in the drive-through with my son. I passed out through most of it. So no, nah, man. I'm really not into the Marvel movies. Like, maybe we talk about Blade or we go back like that, but yeah, not a huge fan of the Marvel movies. Sorry. And Crispy said, "Not actually started started BC. I was etching my lineups in a flat stone. I bet." I bet. And Heavy said, imagine having to keep fantasy football scoring in the 60s. Well, it was back then, it was only touchdowns. I don't even know how they did the defensive scoring back then, but it was literally only touchdowns. So, and dude, the first pick wasn't even Jim Brown. Like, damn it, I forgot what the guy's name was. Like, I forgot what the hell the guy's name was who even got picked first, but he was a quarterback who also kicked. And so, like, the guy was trying to be super sneaky, like, get like two positions, get someone who can throw the touchdowns, but also kick the field goals. Because field goals, you got points also. But yeah, like, literally back then, there was no, they weren't keeping points for yardage or receptions or anything like that. Like, it was literally just if you put points up on the board, like that was your guy scoring, and that was it. And there wasn't, like even passing, back then wasn't even that like insane. So it was like I'm sure the running backs were like huge. Thanks, Crispy. I'm gonna text Phil right now. Okay. Andy said, "What spot do you draft in?" I did not draft in this one. Yeah, the last couple days I did. This one filled without me needing to draft, so I got to do some work in the background today. Brazil said, "Real talk, the movie Draft Day with Kevin Costner helped push me into doing fantasy football." Nice. I mean, dude, I like that movie. It's Arian Foster's in it. Like, he's such a bum of an actor. I went to high school with that guy. He's such a scrub. But yeah, dude, I really like that movie. And it's funny because like that's probably like if I was a Cleveland Browns fan, like yes, Diamond, this is PPR. If I was a Cleveland Browns fan, that movie would mean so much to me because that was like that would be like the ultimate like Cleveland like thing that would never happen. Like them actually like I know the last like cut like 2 years they've got like really good draft picks and did really good with like trading away Travis Hunter or at least the rights to Travis Hunter. Um but yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how bad the Cleveland is. But yeah, that movie's awesome. And I like that part. You pancake eating motherfucker or whatever the hell he says. I want my 3 picks back. And Kitty Stomps said, what league is this, bruh? It's a $10 best ball draft. It is a super flex where you have the option to start a second quarterback, and it's best ball, meaning that you actually don't pick any of the starters. Your best players just play. The app puts them in based on how many points they score. And it also has IDP. There is a $10,000 first place prize, and 100 teams are getting paid out in week 17. Oh, there you go. Is that it, Jamie? George Blanda was the QB kicker. I mean, that's probably him, bro, if he was playing in the 60s. And Liam said, Tootin' for Tate. No, I think I would hold. And Crispy said, love that movie. Yeah, such a classic. Frizzle said, I hope I'm alive to see a Browns go to the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know. Major League with Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn has to be my ultimate Cleveland movie. Yeah, for sure. But Cleveland did win. Cleveland did win a World Series, though.
I hate this fucking song.
You make everything. Dylan, yes, I manage about 35 dynasty leagues, and then I commission, man, probably close to 300 dynasty leagues I commission. Frizzell say you should make a soundbite where I want my 3 picks back. Dude, totally. Man, I'm so busy that I need to get more sound bites. Can anybody help me with the sound bites? Antonio said probably a double quarterback league. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's crazy how many people don't know that those type of leagues exist. I don't even care if you play in them or not, but like it's crazy on TikTok. Like so many people don't even know that they exist. We ran into someone in the chat a little earlier. He said he's been following. He said he's been playing fantasy football for like 10 plus years, and he doesn't know that two quarterback leagues exist. Kind of blew my mind. Kind of blew my mind because they're not new. They're not new. I do my best to try to turn people out to leagues outside of the home league style. Crispy, you play to win the game.
You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
And it's me said I didn't know until 5 years ago. I mean, that's better than the people who don't know like now, you know? I mean, there's a lot of people who like think they know everything and they just started playing fantasy football like 2 to 3 years ago, you know? So yeah, shit's crazy to me. Corey, Olave, Pickens, Collins, wide receiver tier hard to value because usually it's a better grab the second running back. Yeah, I kind of because yeah, even where you got Olave, the way that I've been building, I would have got a running back or a quarterback there. And the way that the board was going, I probably just would have got a quarterback there. Because then you would have had your pick out of anybody from Purdy to Daniel Jones and all those guys in between. Sam Darnold's not bad, but safe pick. Not a lot of upside. I'd rather have Sam Darnold as my third. Not to say that I've never drafted Sam Darnold as my second quarterback in this tournament, but those top end quarterbacks, man, like dude, the people who won the last 2 years, I mean, their quarterbacks threw up like 50 or 60 in week 17, you know? So like that's something to think about for sure. Not saying that you have to pick two quarterbacks with like your first two picks or anything like that, but that's just some information from the last 2 years that like both teams that took home the number one spot in week 17, both of their quarterbacks threw up 50 plus points in week 17. And it's me said, all it takes is one championship. Hey, you damn right, man. And some of these leagues, like, you know, all leagues aren't created equal. You know, like I feel like there's like if you guys remember the show The League, it's like their league. You know, it obviously means something to like win that league because it means something to win like every single league, you know, it means something. But like everyone like makes fun of their league. How it's like, oh yeah, like you guys are more. This is more about like the trash talking than actually being like skilled with fantasy football, right? And that's like the big joke, like about them. And Joe said the weed blew your mind, bro. Brazil said, "Give me the second anchor RB over Olave." Well, I mean, he had two at the time, but yeah, it depends on where you're going for sure. We're talking about Corey specifically. He did have two at the time. Have you said in Superflex, do you prefer to draft three quarterbacks or two, and then just start position players on the bye? Well, it really depends. I like the ideal thing. Is drafting three at least. Like, you know, if you can get four somehow, sneak that in. Like, dude, in Superflex, whoever has the extra quarterbacks, you know, I mean, that's like gold right there because you could potentially trade it. Him, you know, could potentially trade him. Just it gives you the depth to where if you get an injury, like you're not hurting like everybody else. Ghost Monkey in the house. What up, bro? Nick Von B. What up, homie? And Frazil said, any chance you're able to pull up the final match score? Well, if you go to like go on the YouTube channel, like go to my channel, and you know, I'll just do it for you. I'll get the link. I broke it all down. I did a whole video. And then I know I posted Posted another one. These two links right here. These are the ones to check out. Okay. But heavy in like these ones specifically, these best ball ones, there have been some leagues where I only was able to get 2 starters and just like that was it. But then, I loaded up, made sure to, well, it depended on what quarterback it was. Like I try to get their backups. There's some quarterbacks that like I just don't even want their backups if they get hurt. Like they're fucked, you know? Um, but yeah, just getting the late guys who you think could be a thing. Jamie said need to bring the league back for another season or a movie. All the cast said they'd be open for it. Yeah, they're just way too old though. They're way too old now. Like the reboot, like I mean, dude, we're talking about that show being like 15 years old. I think it first came out in 2009. So like even the lot like and they were already old, in there in like the last season. Like we're talking about these guys are like late 50s and shit. And not saying they couldn't come out with any like they couldn't make it funny, but I don't know, man. When you're older, probably just I don't know. Cuz like even the writers are like hella old at this point. We just need a totally different fantasy football show. Like that's what we need. Brazil said down the first thing I see on the vid is JSN picked at the 5-1. Yeah. Last year was JSN's like official breakout, man. Jamie said, I don't care, man. If their grandpa's in the show, I'd still watch it. Yeah. And Matt, so what's your thoughts on Christian Watson this year? I'm a little nervous about him. I don't know how many shares of Christian Watson I'll actually have. Yeah, because he's someone that I really have only thought about even like for this tournament specifically. I've drafted like 170 teams, I think 170, and like I don't even know if I've drafted him more than a couple times. Yeah, and let me see which one was that. Was that the best ball champ recap?
What?
Yeah, yeah. Bijan, Mahomes, Cook, Purdy, JSN, Kittle, Adams, Aaron Jones, Worthy, Olave. Even Olave that late. But yeah, see, that's what's crazy is like he had injuries. He had injuries. He just drafted enough to like overcome it. Yeah, let me see. Matt said, "What about BTJ? I really do like. I really do like BTJ at the value you're going to be able to get him, man. I think he's going to have a good bounce back." Heavy said some of these creators like the flock guys try to do reality show things like the league, but it's cringe. Yeah, but like here's the thing. The flock seems like a guy who's like been a loser his entire life. Like that like he just seems like there's nothing wrong with nerds. Like I'm a nerd, but he seems like someone who like got made fun of like his whole life. Like just by the way he like holds himself up. And like I don't know, like guys like that, like it's cool for him to say, like, I don't know if he's lying or like whatever, but like, about like whatever money he's made, on like from fantasy football, like winning tournaments or like whatever. Um, but like I bet he doesn't play in a lot of leagues, and I bet that like everything he's doing is really just, you know, for the money, not really for the love of the game. Like of course everything that I'm doing is for money, but like that's why you'll never see me doing like rankings videos and like shit like that because like I just really don't care about that. And yeah, those yeah. And really just like wearing the same suit, like wearing the same suit like on every show for the longest time, like yeah. And then you just hear the behind the scenes things like about him, and the peeps that he hangs around, I we'll let you guys figure that out by yourself. But yeah, man, like heavy. I don't even think I could watch. Like it's hard for me to watch any amount of like his live streams, but like yeah, like when I even saw those videos, like I think what I think it was showing them like going for like doing a draft or something. Like man, I couldn't even watch the car ride. It was so like they're just weird. And Frazil said, I heard he was caught stealing content too. I'm sure he was, man. I mean, everybody like just recycles like content, but like, yeah, dude, he's. I don't know. I feel like if you don't play in a bunch of fantasy football leagues, like we could talk for like a couple minutes and I would just know Fugazi. Like it doesn't matter if you like ball, it doesn't matter if you know like stats, it doesn't matter if you know like these trends. If you don't play, we're still probably not speaking the same language. And like he definitely caters to like all the rookies, the people who don't really know anything, the brand new peeps. Jamie said that flock thing they did a so-called you think you can tout really kind of sucked. Said I personally knew 5 or 6 creators that were on there, but I still didn't like it. Yeah, man. I mean, but you're gonna have some crazy ass like show about a basic ass league, like like I know that the league everything was basic, like in the show the league like everything that they were doing was like basic, like fantasy football wise, but yeah. Jay said, "Looking I'm like I'm a little late." Yeah, man. I mean, this draft happened to it got done a few hours ago. Heavy said they're they bought their viewers to clout chasers. Yeah, man. And see, like I never really understood that. Like I know the more viewers that you have, the more like I get that's what sucks is like people judge everything based on the subscriber count. And so like guys who got into the game early, they're just gonna have a bigger subscriber count. All I know is I'm close to 10,000, and I know like every YouTube creator that I've heard, like they say getting to 10,000 is like hella hard. Like getting from 1 to 10,000 is way harder than getting from 10,000 to 100,000. So I'm kind of curious what that journey is going to be like because super close to 10,000. That's why if you guys aren't following me on YouTube, make sure you get over there. It's Fantasy Football Hustler like everywhere else. Yeah, I'm at 9,200 right now. So we're pretty close. We're pretty close and the season's about to start. I got to start posting more shorts again. Yeah, you the man, Jay. And it's the same profile pic as TikTok, me with the green background, like the little cartoon version of me. Polar, thanks for following. Came to the right spot. Brazil says, shit, for the amount of hustle you do, you deserve the 1 million plus. I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there someday. And like what it is, I feel like once we get to the stage of where I can like pay a team to like do shows, because it's like all the shit that like takes a lot of time is what stops me from doing more shows. Jaden said trade CMC for K9 and Devonta Smith. I mean, if you're super nervous about the CMC potential injury, I say, yeah, do it. It's not a super, super far drop off from CMC to K9. Then you also get Devonta Smith. But like at this stage of the game, I want the guys that are like higher valued. Like I want to be the guy sending 2 players to bring back 1, But also I wouldn't be trading 2 starters like that. That's why I'd also just kind of wait. User 2,200,000, whatever that is. Pick 5, 10 man. It's picking second round crazy. I just wouldn't pick him there. Like, I mean, you don't think he'll fall to like your 3rd or your 4th pick? I mean, I guess it depends. Is there a bunch of Cowboy fans like in that league? Like, are you a Cowboy fan? Is that why you want him? I mean, that's also I understand that could be a thing, but I would say if you're picking him in the second round, it has to be because either you're a Cowboy fan or there's other Cowboy fans in the league and there's no way that he's making it to the 3rd pick. But either way, I kind of wouldn't even want him there. Nice, nice. Jay Clips, what up, Jay? Said I'm already subscribed. Nice, nice. Appreciate you, brother. We're getting there, man. We're getting there. 9,200. This all started in 2020. Um, yeah, I was never doing like TikTok shit. Like this year is the first year that I'm really, really, really doing TikTok stuff, and it's because I just like live streaming. I don't like posting a lot of videos. I know I need to, but that's also where the team comes into play to like take care of the shit that I don't want to do. All right, and any other questions or anything? Feel free to throw them in. Everything's kind of winding down here and slowing down. And Polar, pick 112, 10-man superflex. Should I go QB? I'm not opposed to it in a spot like that. Like if you know people are going to go QB crazy in the second and third round, I'd probably go running back, quarterback there, and then you can at least lock down one of like the real top end ones. But if you don't think you're like, do you know is this a league like friends? Do you know them? Like, do you know they're gonna go QB crazy? Because if you don't think they're gonna go QB crazy, I wouldn't even stress getting a quarterback with one of those first two picks. I might go back to back quarterbacks in round 3 and round 4, but yeah, let me know. Do you know is your league crazy when it comes to quarterbacks? I mean, look at this draft. You know, like in this draft specifically, I don't know if it would have been better necessarily to go quarterback in the second round at the end, but look at the different level of quarterback that you could get in round 2 as opposed to round 3. Jamie said Debbie Does Dallas is the best thing the Cowboys ever created. Bro, it wasn't even the Cowboys, man. Don't even give them credit for that. They didn't create that. Yeah, I wonder if anybody even knows what Debbie Does Dallas is. Yeah, like someone like Brazil. When you hear the name Debbie Does Dallas, what do you think of? And you like the Texans, right? Are you from Texas? Polar, I think past like Allen and Lamar, my league mates don't like quarterbacks early. Yeah, if they don't like quarterbacks early, don't even do it then. Just wait. Especially, is it a 4 point passing touchdown league? If it's only 4 point passing touchdown, that's another reason why I would just wait. Crispy said Cleveland does goats. That's the best they ever done. So I don't think Crispy I don't think he knows. Joe said I think Jamie's favorite cowboy movie was Brokeback Mountain. Is that true, Jamie? You love Brokeback? Jamie said Cleveland and goats do not belong in the same sentence. Right, right. Yeah, especially when we're talking about LeBron James, damn Cleveland native. Yeah, Polar. So yeah, if they're not gonna go crazy QB early, I just wait. Yeah, grab two running backs right there, maybe a running back wide receiver, depending on which wide receivers are still available, and like you might not even have to draft two quarterbacks with the third and the fourth if they're not going crazy quarterbacks. You could probably do what Corey did, and you'll probably have better options at quarterback than Corey did with those two picks, like at the 3 and the 5. Andrew said, I had a question. Why is Luther Burden so high this year? Dude, I mean, the coach. It's all about the coach and the coach speak and like how they're going to be using him. This is all before he got hurt, though, where he was like so hyped. I mean, they said he could still be available for week 1. They're not ruling him out. But their initial timetable was 4 to 8 weeks. So I mean, there's a chance that he's not going to play the first couple games. But yeah, it's the coach. It's the way they're going to be using him. Like that. It's all about that and his usage going from like where it was last year to like. Phew. Jamie said the closest thing to Brokeback Mountain movie I've seen was that was that Lord of the Rings. Oh man. Remember how he talks about Lord of the Rings in Clerks 2? So funny. That guy gets so pissed. And blocking said crazy Amon Ra at the 5. No, it's not crazy. It's not crazy at all. Because I'd probably take him over JSN and probably, potentially over JT, potentially over CMC. So, yeah. Rolly said I got Puka at 10. How'd that happen? How did that happen? That's crazy. Props. Everyone didn't want him because they think he might get suspended. Okay. Andrew said, any hot takes from you this year? Nah, not really. I feel like that's all like clickbait, like kind of like just for the content creators. I play in so many leagues. It's like I just have takes. They're not. I don't have the super spicy takes. But yeah, let me see. I'm trying to look at the board and see like yeah, I guess my spiciest take would be that I think Laporta finishes as a top 5 this year. Corey said what's going on with Puka today. Well, they said they pulled him out of practice. They said it was more just being cautious than anything, which I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how practice goes in these couple. We'll see how practice goes in these next couple days. Joe said Stroud ever going to rebound? I think Stroud does rebound a little bit this year. Because you already know, man, when they got all the tape on you going from, year 1 to year 2, like that's always like the hardest jump for quarterbacks to really make because now you got all the tape, and their line kind of sucks. But they got David Montgomery, like they locked down a more improved run game, and that's like something that always helps the quarterbacks out even more. Let's see. Heavy said, "What's the plan for Thursday night?" Man, my wife is she's working, so I'm not gonna be live streaming like during the games or whatever. During the season, we'll be here, But yeah, like she's working. I think it's until Saturday, where she's like working That's why I've been going live at 8 instead of 6 West Coast time. Andrew said, like for me as A-Chain, I think gonna have under 1,000 yards. Under 1,000 yards, just specifically rushing, or under 1,000 yards all purpose. And Rolly said, I got Puka, A-Chain, Malik, Zay, Javante. What do you think? Well, let me know how many teams. I mean, because that's really good. But if it's an 8-team league, it's good. But Harry said you don't have any hot takes. He said you have cold takes, players to avoid, which is more useful. Yeah, I mean Swift's definitely one of those guys I'm avoiding. Man, Evans, I'm nervous about injury from him. Avoiding. Let me see. I'm just looking at the board to try to see. Price, super avoiding Price, super avoiding Love, super avoiding Love. Genty, like Genty's really got to fall for me to grab him. Yeah, those would be the handful of guys that I could think of off the top of my head. Andrew said scrimmage yards because I think the removal of Tua and McDaniels is going to cook him. I mean, dude, there's like nobody else there though. There's nobody else there. He's going to get so much work. If he gets hurt, I'm with you. But if he plays all 17 games, I don't think there's any way that he's under 1K. Gustavo said second pick's going to win. Maybe. I mean, that the second quarterback though, like that's the thing. This is a 2 quarterback league. So yeah, he has having Brissett as the super flex quarterback's going to be tough. Corey said, who do you like better to draft between Laporta and Godwin? Kind of Laporta now. It used to be Godwin, and it still will be Godwin in certain timetables. But man, he's old, man. Like fuck, I don't want him to get hurt. Really don't want him to get hurt. Yeah, Polar said, he said A-Chain might get 40 plus touches a game. Yeah, and obviously he's like being facetious, about that. But like, he's gonna be a workhorse, man. He's going to be a workhorse. Like, who else do they got over there? Like, dude, I bet you guys don't even know who's like slotted in as the top 2 wide receivers over there. You might know one of them, but you probably don't know the guy who's emerging as the second. And just I'm thinking Tank back and Monty could help. Yeah, I mean Tank has to, like, he's the guy who just extends the plays because he's all the way down the field all the time, and that just takes a lot of pressure over the guys over the middle like Schultz. And then, man, if they could just, they need like somebody so Nico is not like triple covered like every single play or double covered. Like, it's just, it's ridiculous. Like, how you ever gonna get open? Corey said Henry or London. Henry. Yeah, all right. Crispy knows. I had to learn how to use a movie projector. You guys seen the movie Bachelor? You seen the movie Bachelor Party, Crispy? Like, dude, that's my only like reference to like to projector porn. Frizzell said, how much do the preseason games play a part in your rankings? Do we ignore preseason game hype? You ignore preseason game hype from non-starters. So, like, how everyone went crazy for the guy on the Panthers or whatever, and like, dude, this guy's gonna be the next Cam Newton. Like, ignore that kind of shit. Like, guys who get playing time in the third and fourth quarter mean nothing to most leagues. Like Dynasty, maybe, but like if you're just playing in one of these leagues where you start 7, like all those guys who are going to be playing in the second half literally mean nothing. You want to be looking, we want to be looking to see how the running backs look. Do they look fast? Are they cutting good? The wide receivers. We want to see what their catch percentage is. Like, that's something that we're focusing on. We want to see, do they run different, like what kind of routes are they running? But you don't necessarily focus like on the stats, focus on the efficiency. That's for sure. Because these guys aren't going to get a lot of touches. Andrew said A-Chain can't get 40 touches a game. He's going to cook them. Yeah, well, that's why I said that was the joke. But he's going to get used a lot. That's what that means. Grocery baggers, yeah. Andrew said injuries are sadly bound to happen. Yeah, for sure. They always will. They always will. And if that's why you're saying that he's going to get under 1,000 yards, yeah, just say that. Because, like, dude, he's he ain't Derrick Henry. He ain't Bijan, with the size. So, like, yeah, he could get hurt. Anybody could get hurt. And Tyler said, traded Amon-Ra for Hampton and Flowers. How bad did I lose? I mean, you didn't lose, like, terribly bad, but, like, what was the point of, like, making that trade? Because, like, why didn't you just pick Hampton over Amon-Ra? But no, man, I don't like trades like that right now. And you know why? Flowers is already hurt. What if he gets banged up more? I want the top heavier guy, and I want to be making trades to only get more top heavy. So, like, when you're trading top guys for depth, not saying it's the wrong move, but you need to be getting top heavier guys, not getting the depth. I hope that makes sense. And Q said he has day-to-day injury. Yeah, for sure. Do you think that once you get a soft tissue injury, like, okay, you got 2 players. One guy has not had a soft tissue injury all offseason. Okay? Guy number 2 has a soft tissue injury right now. Who's more likely to get hurt? Anybody could get hurt, but just out of those 2 guys, who's more likely to get hurt or re-aggravate? Like, that's all I'm saying. It's better if he's not hurt right now. Polar said Hampton has top 5 upside with Mike McDaniels, OC. Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown has number 1 wide receiver upside. None of Flowers does not. Hampton does not. Neither one of them will like has top 1 upside without a whole bunch of injuries happening. Amon Ra has top 1, and that's what you want to do. Like, I know that all of you guys, all you guys who are saying you won, yeah, he won on paper. He won on paper. Okay, you want to have the higher end guys no matter what. Depth isn't going to win these regular degular leagues. The elite players, having more elite players, is what's going to win it. If it's just a 10-man like single QB league, you need to be trying to get the elite guys, not getting more and more depth. And nobody liked starting Zay Flowers last year. So even though his stats looked good at the end of the season, nobody liked starting him last year. If you say that you liked starting him last year, you're lying, because it was a roller coaster all year. But that's coming from someone who actually plays fantasy football and gives you takes based on being like a crazy manager in fantasy football. And Q said, I like starting him in the playoffs. I mean, you had to make it there. You had to make it there. There's a lot of people who had him that didn't make it there. And Tyler said Jacobs, Hampton, ETN, Montgomery. What am I doing with those? Are you ranking them, or those who you have? Tate said I got Chase Brown and Jamar Chase. Should I keep both? Well, what are the other options? I mean, yeah, of course you should keep those guys, but like, what are the other options? Frazil says, should I trade away Zay Flowers in my dynasty league? Well, what would be the point? Just because you want to get rid of like Zay Flowers? Because when I make trades, I want to make trades to improve something. So like, when we're thinking of like making a trade in a dynasty league, what are you trying to improve? That's what that's where we should start. Because I don't know if you should trade Flowers. Are you contending? Are you rebuilding? Corey said Romer BTJ now with the Burden injury. I mean, I'm not like, I don't know. Like, because both of those guys are like kind of in the same tier, and I still haven't even started the wide receiver rankings either. I'm going to try to do it tonight. But, I'm probably still going Rome over BTJ. Doesn't really have to do with the Burden like injury either, because there's more mouths to feed right now with their top 3 wide receivers, in Jacksonville. But I'm really feeling a BTJ bounce back though. I really am. And Marky said, have Tucker Kraft as my tight end. Is that fine? I mean, yeah, that's fine. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just fine. Right in the middle. Tyler said, first year in fantasy, don't know much about it. Man, well, what you should do, Tyler, you should go sign up for my one-on-one advice service. It's the best thing going. I will help you dominate your league. That's 420crew.com. Anybody who wants to dominate their league, that's what you should be doing. You want to get signed up as a superstar, as an elite member, or an all-access member, an ultimate member. Any one of those 4, those are going to be the ones that put you on the right path. But yeah, Tyler, be very weary of people that, because QWZ, he said, watch TikToks and watch TikToks of fantasy. Most of these TikTok content creators suck, dude. I mean, that's coming from someone who manages 50 to 60 leagues like per year. They're very, very basic, and a lot of them, like, dude, I go into live streams and ask like how many leagues they play in. A lot of them don't even play in a lot of leagues, so I'd be very, very weary about like going and getting like a bunch of advice from a bunch of people, because a lot of these people, like, it seems like they just started playing fantasy football and they're like creating videos and giving advice to just brand new people. You want to find people that are seasoned vets. Chewy, you the man. Chewy on Twitch said, I only come to Huss for my questions. Appreciate you, bro. And QWZ says some of them aren't bad, but a lot of them are bad. I mean, I've yet to find one that's really good. Heavy said, I don't like Hampton. He's going to split the backfield. McDaniel semi-confirmed it. Bro, he's lying, man. He's lying. Bro, do you remember how much that McDaniels has lied to the media in the past? He's not giving his full game plan. And, like, what do you expect these coaches to say? Like that's what this comes down to. Like, what do you expect these coaches to say? Hampton's gonna get everything. Yeah, like Keaton Mitchell, he's never gonna play. Vidal, he's never gonna play. How's that help team morale in August? Like how's that help team morale in August? And QWZ said I found a really good one that won me my league last year. Bro, you're giving credit to someone else for winning your league? So you don't even make your own decisions at the end of the day? That's kind of rough, man. That's kind of rough because at the end of the day, you should be still making your own decision. I helped a lot of people like win championships, but like me, like these are even people who pay me for my advice. They still have to make the decision themselves. I put them in the best position with my advice for them to make the best decisions. But like, man, don't give credit to anybody else for like, unless he literally set your entire lineup. But yeah, man, and that's also like you let someone else set your entire lineup. I don't like we got to have at least a little bit of independent thoughts for ourselves. And Tyler said, well, everyone in our league blew up our chat saying a trade today made me a super team. Well, what was the trade? And Corey on YouTube said, I only go to Hustler for draft advice and start sit advice. I mean, yeah, you've been around for a long time, man. I mean, we won some championships together for sure. Corey's one of the day ones, man, from YouTube. That's for sure. Been around. I feel like longer than anybody. You and Jarrett, like you guys both found me on literally the exact same day, or you guys signed up on Patreon the exact same day. But I think that was the first day that you guys found me, also. And Big MJ, 310, 12-man draft. You taking Lad or Igbuka? I'm leaning Lad, but it's very, very close. And Chewy, you the man, said, can't believe I've been following you since 2021. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. You've always been staying true to the Twitch, and we need more people on Twitch. Marcus says taking Price over Judkins fine. Nah, I was just saying earlier that Price is someone I'm avoiding. I would be taking Judkins over Price. James said thoughts on ETN. I love him for where we're able to get him. QWZ said I just used pointers for drafts for like high upside guys. Yeah, for sure. But like drafts don't win you championships. Like that just sets the foundation for like your season. Tyler said, is upside better than floor? Good to have a mix of both. Yeah, it's for sure good to have a mix of both, but it depends. Like, I want to be safer in the beginning, and like with my last couple bench spots or like handful of bench spots, that's where you want to have a really high ceiling. Because like you want to swing for the fences with those guys. Big Chung, 12-man, pick 9, CD, Hampton, Neighbors, T, Tootin, Burrow. Thoughts? Yeah, it's pretty solid. I mean, that's I'd say that's like a solid B plus. Tyler said trade was Bowers and Burrow for Olave, Price, and Herbert. Like you traded away Bowers or you got Bowers, and like who's your other tight end? And seeing that's why like it's no disrespect to anybody, but like just because you got an extra player doesn't necessarily mean like you won the trade. Because to me, Price is like I wouldn't even draft him, so like I wouldn't even want to get him. I wouldn't even want to get him in return for like a trade where I'm like giving up, the guy who everyone thinks is the number 1 or 2 tight end. Heavy said you're right. McDaniels did say the Dolphins had 4 co-starters and then A-Chain finished as RB5 overall. That's all I'm saying, man. We got to be able to read through the coach speak, but like that's how you know that I know what I'm doing, because like if you go to like a bunch of random TikTok creators, they're all fading Hampton now because of that. Like, like it's dumb. Like they don't know what they're doing. They're just like they're brand new. They're brand new. And let's see, where are we at? Where are we at? Tyler said guy got Bowers and Burrow. He also has Jamar, JJ. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, the Bowers Burrow side. I mean, I like that way more. Okay, it wasn't you. Okay, it's another team in the league. And Minro, Winner loss, traded CMC and Nico for Bijan and Igbuka. I mean, I feel like it's a win because of getting Bijan. Joe Burrow is my QB question mark. Yeah, man. Solid. QWZ said people that fall for the Hampton stuff actually are so gullible. Yeah, but like, dude, I've seen so many TikTok creators like literally doing that. So that's what I'm saying. Is like that's why a lot of these TikTok creators are not good. So that's why it's just this is basic stuff. Tyler said basically the league is over because one team has Bowers, Burrow, Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Taylor. Yeah. If you need another league to join, I got you, bro. Is that like a league with like friends or just like a random league that you joined? Because one thing that you'll learn, the leagues with friends, like playing in one league, that gets really old really fast. Way better to have multiple leagues. Yeah, friends leagues. Yeah, you gotta join a league outside of your friends leagues. I know it's only like your first year playing. Managing two teams is not hard. Yeah, Crispy said Stu got me. Stu got me here. He used to hate it when I when I said it's our year. So funny, so funny. And look, hold on, right there. That's our Stu memorabilia right there. Signed Michael Irvin, Sports Illustrated. And yeah, it was gifted to us after Stu's passing. And so he's here in the studio watching. That's for sure. Shout out to Stu. And Chewy said, I love my two teams at the moment. I got my 150 and 50. And wife's even in the 50 league. Nice, nice. Shout out to Tyler for the follow on TikTok. And yeah, can't see what the hell the name is, but it says, should I keep Zay Flowers bench because he's injured and replace him with Juwan Jennings? I mean, we got 4 weeks before the season starts, so I'm not gonna be like, just put in your lineup, whoever's projected the most for right now, because you actually have 4 weeks until you have to actually officially make a decision. You know, Brazil said, who's your last stand, final resort QB you be happy with after punting the position? Stroud. Like if I was just getting one guy, Stroud or Ward, I'd say those would be like the bottom of the barrel guys for me. So that's dropping still pretty far though. Like that I mean, I'd probably like, that's like last round like quarterback. You're kicking that can all the way down. I'd say if we're going higher than that, Murray. Murray's gonna go super late in these drafts. He's already been named the starter. Got Justin Jefferson, you got Addison, you got Jennings now, you got Hawkinson. Got a good schedule. I mean that's probably like the lowest. And I like Tyler Shaw, like he's amongst that elk. Pesos, Daniel Pesos Jones, Sam Darnold. That's probably like the baseline. Like not Brissett, not Mendoza, not Young, not Rodgers, not Tua, not Gino, not Malik. Chewy said, "Who's your top 5 sleepers for running backs and wide receivers combined?" Well, what? Tell me the league size, Chewy. Tell me the league size, and I'll give sleepers based on your league size. Because I feel like my sleepers, like, dude, we're talking like round 34, 35, like type guys, 10 team. I'd say Jaden Higgins. Diggs is still going really late. Like, I know for like regular leagues, like he might start going like earlier because of like name value, but he still goes pretty late. Shakira. He's going really late. Josh Downs. Jacoby Myers. Those guys are going real late. Maybe Boston with the last pick. Maybe Lane with the last pick. So those are wide receivers. Running backs, Mason and Aaron Jones. Those guys are going late. Rashad White. Algier. Dobbins. A little risky, but you're pretty much drafting him as a bench guy. Sean Tucker if you're going super late. Dylan Sampson if you're going super late. Yeah, I'd say guys like that. That's kind of like 5 each. Gainwell. Yeah, Crispy said Gainwell. Yeah, I feel like, dude, people are just like way too hyped off Gainwell. Like, I feel like he's gonna be going, he's gonna be going like higher than I want to get him. And QWZ, so wide receiver Rice go in the 4th round in your league because of all the quarterbacks that went before him. This was a crazy quarterback heavy draft. Yeah, Chewy said, "Love me some KG." Yeah, man. I mean, dude, he fell into the wrong system with the Eagles. I mean, dude, Super Bowl champ Kenny Gainwell. So, I mean, nothing wrong with him going to the Eagles, but being able to show his skills, not so much. Kenny Gainwell, that is.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastard!
Whew. All right. Any other questions? Feel free to throw them in. I'm gonna be wrapping this up here pretty soon. QWZ said, "You faithful? You faithful to Rashid this season?" I like him. I picked him in a handful of leagues. I mean, in these leagues specifically, I know I probably have him in like a few dozen. I picked him as high as like the late 3rd in a couple of them. Frizzle said, "Hot take, Dontavian Wicks about to be the Eagles wide receiver 1 this season." Man, I like Wicks as a late ad. I mean, dude, he's probably going to go undrafted in most leagues, so you don't even have to draft him if you don't want to. Could pick him up later. He's not going to be the wide receiver 1 over Smith though. QWC said you only do 2 QB teams. Yeah, I mean the single quarterback leagues that I do are the 32-man league. The guillotine leagues, those are 18-team leagues. I do those, and those are only single QBs. Yeah, but yeah, it's super flex or bust, man. Super flex or bust. Chewy said Wicks ain't gonna be the wide receiver 1 over Lemons either. Yeah, see, the thing about Lemons is like, dude, he's gonna come on slow this year. He's hurt. He's not practicing. Like, if you don't practice as a rookie, like your start is going to be so slow. Like he better get back like real soon, but the hamstring injury, that ain't good, man. Like, dude, he literally might not catch fire until like the second half of the season, and that's if at all, because we're not talking about a crazy passing offense. So he has to get back to practice really soon. QWZ said, "Where does he go normally?" Probably like end of the 2nd, early 3rd. If you're talking about just like a single quarterback league, 12-man, end of 2nd, early 3rd. Yeah, middle. I mean, it could be middle of 2nd. It just depends on how many wide receivers go. But like, I feel like this year more than any year, it's pretty like running back heavy in the first 2 rounds. That's why he usually end of 2nd, early 3rd, somewhere like there. It felt like you would be high on drafting Dallas Goedert late. I mean, I am, but they also don't like him that much there. I mean, I know they do, but like they kind of don't at the same time. And could he get double digit like touchdowns again? Yeah, he could. What sucks is when you don't get a lot of yardage. It just caps your upside, dude. Like that's really what it is. It's so capped. So like as a number 2, yeah, for sure I'm all about it. But like I wouldn't want him as my number 1. Cause I've gotten him late in like these best balls and stuff. Like, yeah, getting him in the teen rounds. Like, dude, in this draft he went in the 16th round, ended 16th round. Like that's good value there. And hey, Daniel Berry, what up, bro? What is going down? Time to smoke it up, man. You got perfect timing.
You got perfect timing. About to start a little puff give in this motherfucker.
Charlie, what up, bro? Rank Olave, Wilson, Collins. It's kind of tough, man, because I kind of have them all in like the same little area. Feel like it would be Olave, Garrett Wilson, and then Nico. But it's like it's so close though. And like, but Garrett Wilson goes later. So it's like I would like I don't know. Like if you can get him around later, I'm all about it. QWZ, hear me out. I traded Rasheed Rice. I traded for Rasheed Rice. I gave up Ladd, Nick Buka, but my receivers are Puka, Zay, and Ray Rice. Well, it is. Your wide receivers were Puka and Zay. So I mean, I understand that, but like, I mean, to me, like, Ladd and Igbuka would be the ones like I'd rather just keep them because like I don't want to have to play Zay. You know, like having all that, Zay was your fourth. Now he's your third. I don't like that. Because now he has to play. Before he was just like a bench player, probably. Now he actually has to play. I don't like that. I don't like that. Chewy said, I got the vape tonight. Some Sop Chill sell half-gram joints in the vapes here in East Tennessee, although they got banned. Fuck, in July, so at least I got something, dude. Cheers, man. About to smoke it up. Dude, like, what the hell, man? Tennessee, Texas? Like, dude, what the hell is wrong with these states, man? Like, they're going just so far backwards, man. Like, what the hell? It's like 100% legal in so many parts of the country. Like we're not one nation, one nation indivisible with liberty and justice for all. When like in some states you can get in trouble for smoking weed, and in other states you can get praised for smoking weed. You know, like that's not fair. That's not fair. And QWZ says they has so much upside with the new OC. He does, but you're telling me he has more upside than Ladd and Igbuka? You can't tell me that with a straight face. And Corey said, 2 best balls down, many more to come, bro. Dude, I'm glad that you jumped in, man, because that was always, you were always watching, and I know it's just, could be intimidating sometimes, but now just getting a couple years of Superflex and IDP leagues under your belt, I'm glad that you jumped in, man. Because, dude, you've been drafting, like, great teams. I mean, I gave you the feedback that I gave you, and, like, it was very minimal, though. Very minimal for someone who's only done two drafts, and and that's it. Like my, I'm sure that like my first or second draft this year probably like isn't as good as like what like both of the drafts that you've done right now. I'm sure, but those drafts were in February though. Things were way different. I'm curious what some of those original drafts look like, because so much has changed. Players' value just so go in waves. And then I know everything changed right when we hit free agency in middle of March. And then when the draft came, then everything changed. Like, dude, I don't even remember what rookies I was getting hella early, but I was just getting so many random rookies in like the 30th round, taking shots. If any of them turn out to be good, it's going to be awesome. And it definitely wasn't J Love or like Tate or like anybody like that. Chewy said, we got moonshine now. I just don't drink much anymore. Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, like, it's moonshine, man. It just fucks you up, dude. Like, I mean, the most I'll drink as far as moonshine is a Long Island iced tea. Like, four of those different alcohols together. Like, man, like, yeah, that's like moonshine for me. As far as all go. Dude, the real moonshine, the 100% shit. Like, dude, put some hair on your balls. And Crispy said, you want to know about your so-called rights? Look up Japanese American 1942. Yeah, bro. Like, what the fuck, man? Like how is Texas and Tennessee like going back to like You know, those kind of days, fucking insane. Said, yeah, I've had a mason jar a year and a half ago and got me hungover. I bet. I bet. Dude, like, what did it taste like? Did it just straight taste like just straight rubbing alcohol almost? Like, just because like I've never drank rubbing alcohol, but I just assume if I drank it, it would just feel like my throat and esophagus were just like completely on fire. You know, like that's what in my mind what I think that it would feel like. I said pretty much okay. Oh man, yeah, the moonshine, bro. Dude, I'd rather have some jail pruno than some moonshine, because at least you know, all the dried up like fucked up fruit at least will have some like good flavor. Like man, because I feel like, especially now, you know, when you're younger, like dude, I remember drinking like 99 bananas and like shit like that, like bleh. Like man, it's all like makes me cringe just like thinking about it. But like, yeah, I can only drink shit that like tastes good now. Heavy said nothing like Crispy taking Rico Dowdle in the first round. It was the second round, but it was the 201. Crispy, you're never living that down. And it's going to be so funny if that team ends up doing good somehow. If that team ends up doing good somehow, it's going to be insane. Because that's Crispy's like first F of like for real. He gets a lot of funny Fs where we're just having fun. And some 55s. Some 69s.
69, dudes!
No, Crispy, it wasn't an auto. It was when you like double tapped on it. You like double tapped on the screen and it picked Rico Dowdle like right after. Cause I've done that before too. Like I don't know why it's like that. Like you can't click fast. Like you gotta click one, then you gotta wait, then you gotta click another one. But yeah, you did it twice in that draft. I can't remember when you did it with your second one. The Rico Dowdle was a little bit more a little bit easier to remember when what the other one was. I think the other one was like in the teen rounds somewhere, and that's funny. I'm glad that you brought that up, Heavy, because I don't ever want to forget that either. I don't know what division it is though, but if we ever you know, if we ever cover the team, we're gonna see that he was drafted in the second round. Corey said, when should we expect the wide receiver and tight end ranks? Man, I would say this week. I would say by sometime going into the weekend, because here's what's tough. I'm going to do some right now. I'm going to go eat, but like, man, it depends if Vanessa falls asleep. If she's like super tired and like falls asleep, I'll be able to work on it more. But you know how it goes. Like, man, if the wife wants your attention at 10, 11 o'clock, she's going to get it, I'm sure. So that's what we're going to see. So I would say by weekend for sure, but it's also going to let some things play out like a little bit as well. I mean, the quarterbacks kind of a little bit easier. Obviously, some things are kind of gonna like change. I'm not really gonna update these rankings either. Like, I mean, I have like super OCD, and I'd probably like I could go look at those like right now, and I'd probably change some shit, you know. So I'm not gonna change them. I'm just gonna leave it what it is. And for everyone who's paying attention to the live streams, you'll know where things kind of change. I mean, injuries are gonna make things change. There's not going to be a lot of random things that make it change. It's mostly going to be injuries that would change a lot of things. And Heavy said, I expect to see Isaiah Likely top 7. He definitely has that upside. He definitely does. I traded Likely away today in a dynasty league. I didn't want to, but I felt like I needed to make a move at quarterback as well. But I got Hurts. I traded away Malik Willis, Likely, and the 110 and the 210 for Hurts. And Corey said, well, that's just a rough draft. Said that's why you need to get the one-on-one draft device where you can literally FaceTime and destroy your league mates. Exactly. So for anyone who didn't hear that before, if you go to Patreon, it's 420crew.com, and Patreon's the platform. You get signed up as a superstar member, an elite member, an all-access member, or an ultimate member. You're going to get one-on-one advice. There's a few different ways. And the higher the tier, the more drafts that you can get help with. And the higher the tier, that's when the FaceTime like comes into play, where I'm like literally FaceTiming you during your drafts and telling you who to pick, or giving you, you know, some options on who you should pick and why. And yeah, it's the best thing going. Nobody offers this. Nobody offers it. There's so many damn wide receivers that I might just do tight ends first. Because I feel like tight ends I could knock out pretty quickly. Even if I ranked like 24 tight ends, you know. I mean, that's still... I guess I could rank up to 32 for like a 32 teamer. Because I want to be hardcore with my rankings too. Crispy said that was the late night draft on the weekend. I was more stoned than a biblical whore double tap. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's why JSN fell to like that's why he fell to like 2.5 or 2.7, whatever the hell it was. I got him at. Still so stoked about that. I'd be as stoked as fucking mental Oriental Matt was at getting Amon Ra at the 2.9. He totally fucked up by getting Jay Love as his first running back, man. That's for sure. Chewy said, just doing some fun practice, real draft with randoms. I think I did well from the 5 spot. Who'd you end up getting? Is it a money league or like was it a money league? Was it a real draft? Was it a mock? Was it a free league? Okay. Just a mock free league, man. Chewy, you got to join with us, bro. Got to join these $10 leagues. I know it's a little bit of a different style than what you're used to, but it's still, even if it is not like this, you know, the format, it still helps you doing these real drafts because the free leagues and the mocks, like, dude, like, people, I'm not saying that not everyone's taking it serious, but you know, there's people that are just testing out like draft strategies, you know, like stuff that they would like never do if there was actual money on the line. Oh shit, said did just shut up sleeper and got verified. Nice. Yeah, you got to be verified to send messages. But dude, FF Hustler 420, bro. Let's get you into one of these. We do them all the weekdays. It's 9 p.m. Eastern. And I got so many drafts that you can look at on YouTube if you want to go like get the lowdown of like how they were going. And Frizzo said none of your leagues have kickers or DST, right? No. Nope. Hate kickers. Also so fluky. Because really it's not kickers necessarily that I hate. It's the scoring system. You know? Like when you think about how a 50-yard field goal is 5 points, you know, and I know that you could like change the scoring, but I just don't like kickers enough to like change the scoring. But like that's my beef with like kickers in general, because like, dude, that is literally that's literally a touchdown, you know? I mean, in real life it's only 3 points, but because it was like hard and like because these kickers, you know, because they get like 10 yards equals another point, you know, or whatever. Like, yeah. So, no, I hate him. Chew said you're going through the first week in September. I'm going through the first day of the NFL season start. The last 2 years on that Thursday, we've drafted four leagues each day. So, like last year, first day of the season, 4 drafts. Year before that, first day of the season, 4 drafts. We start them all at 5 West Coast time because max they take 2 hours. Yeah, I've never like. I guess it could take a couple minutes longer, but finishing at 5 East Coast time. That's starting at 5. I mean, it's still 3.5 hours, you know, before the game. Brazil said my first playoff game and half my team got injured. I hated that day. Yeah, it sucks, dude. It sucks. I've been there. I've been there, man. It is not fun. Sometimes even one big injury like screws you. Like, I mean, I've had it to where I've had the number 1 team in the league, you know, and you get like one injury to your running back that happens in like the first quarter, you know, where they have like they have no points or whatever. You have like 2 points, might as well have 0. You know, like, dude, been there, man. Shit sucks. Brazil said rename my team the Blue Tent Gangstas because you knew once they were going into the blue tents a wrap. Yeah, man, that's yeah, it's no bueno, man. That is no bueno. All right. I appreciate you guys rocking. For everyone who's still here, fantasyfootballhustler.com. Go check that out. It's got the links to literally everywhere to follow me. Make sure you do that. You want to be a paid Patreon member by the start of the season. That is for sure. That's what it was. Double tapped Ewers. Yeah, that was the same draft, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and it was like in the, I don't know, 12th, 13th round or something like that. But, you know what's ironic? I mean, both teams that won big money the last 2 years and hit for the top prize, both of them had multiple injuries that happened in the top 10, you know? So it's not like they had like a perfect team. If you go back 1 year before that, I feel like that team that was drafted didn't really have a lot of injuries, and that was like one of the reasons why they ended up winning. But yeah, so hard to draft a combination of guys that just don't get hurt, you know? So it's nearly impossible. Nearly impossible. 9th round, okay, well, there you go. I mean, you set yourself up already. It's like you were playing with a handicap in that league. Like it's already like, okay, we got 2 guys who might not even. Well, nah, Rico Dowdle deserves to be drafted in the top 10 rounds, just not at number 2. All right, I'm out. Appreciate you guys rocking. TikTok, peace out. And then everybody on YouTube, appreciate you guys. All the links are dropped on Patreon for Wednesday through Friday. So if you want to get into the leagues in advance, which I appreciate, we could fill more leagues if you get in advance. All right, guys. Peace out.